So this is still the first stage that you can see here of this little portrait painting / drawing, which is of course, the initial drawing stage. And I used watercolor paper because later on we have to use watercolors. Now we finish the first stage and we get to the second stage, which is the inking process. So we take basically these black ink pens. You might have seen them, there's not really markers, but very thin. Some call them fine liners. But basically we take these black ink pens and we go over the whole drawing with different sizes, different strengths of these pens. And that's the second stage. And then the third stage afterwards will be using watercolor. So we color the whole image. And then the fourth stage is I'm going to put it into the program, into a design program, Affinity Designer in this case, which is basically a little bit like Photoshop, you could say. And I'm going to scan that in at the end. And I'm going to create the background digitally. So the background, the colors of the background, and some splatter effects and some cracks on the corners of the image, that is going to be digital. But all of what you see in the end from the portrait, the actual figure, the actual face of this female portrait, is traditional on paper, on watercolor paper in this case, right? We need watercolor paper for the later process. And this is actually a completely fictitious portrait for a series that I started quite a while back, I think over 2 years ago. I started with Daedalus, the Greek mythological character Daedalus. He's an inventor, a brilliant craftsman, right? And he's just having lots of ideas and a lot of he's creating a lot of things in the real world, right? Back then, ancient Greece, but he was actually a real character. It's not completely fictitious, so there is some real tangible anchors into our real world with all these Greek mythological characters. Not all of them, but a lot of them actually. And this is part of my book / epic odyssey, Chronicles of a Myth, which is work in progress since a long time. Since years actually, because I never was able to continue working on it. There was always something else distracting me or needing my attention, But I thought I want to continue these portraits because they're a lot of fun, and I think they have a unique style, and I think they add a lot to this actual story, to the concept. And so this is the drawing of Naucrate. I'm not sure if it's going to be Naucrate in the end. Maybe it's going to be a different character. But for now, it's Naucrate, which is an important character in the book, in the story. In the next video, in the next little short, I'm going to show you the third stage, which is the watercolor stage.